I feel like in both matches, but specifically the women's, there's probably 5, 6, 7 women that could legitimately walk out of there with an opportunity to go to the main event of WrestleMania.
You think
And
5 to 7? That's a big number, brother.
I think there's a legit shot. I think there's a legit shot now. Who realistically is there? I mean, that all depends on who ends up walking out there as a surprise entrant, I think. But
Ah, okay, yeah.
I think there's a lot of opportunities. I think
I
there's
have
a
it down
lot
to
of women that can
two.
win this match.
I have it down to two. Who I think one or the other is a lock.
I
And
kind
we'll,
of
we'll get there
personally,
when we get there.
I personally feel like there's one and there's one choice, but again, we're gonna walk our way there because
My
right now,
one, I think, is the one you're thinking too. That's on my list. I think we are aligned on that one. Yeah,
hey man, we've been known to think simpatico on a lot of things, but
that's a
let's start
fact.
out
Great minds.
on one part of the match that I find to be maybe the most important part of the match, and that's the first two entrants. And I'll let you start first. But for me, when you talk about the first two starting a Rumble match, maybe at one point in the maybe 10 years ago, it didn't really matter, and you just put somebody out there that could last for 30 minutes.
Yeah.
Now it matters. It
Yep.
matters who these first two people are. It matters, one, are you going for a big pop? Two, are you going for a story? Are you going for both? I'm very interested to see where you go here because for me, this is kind of going to be a thread for the
Yeah.
entire match, the
Yeah.
first two.
Um, I, if for full clarity for the audience, we just talked about this question right before we hit record here, so I didn't get a lot of time to think about it. But as I've
I did you a little dirty. I'll did you a little dirty.
this is amazing because as I'm thinking about it, in my heart of hearts and now my mind of minds is kind of getting to that space. I think it's clear. You start with Io Sky and Asuka, 1 and 2 in that order. Io Sky is going to be the Iron Man, Iron Woman of this Rumble. Um, because let's be clear, she's the only one equipped to do that. Maybe not the only, but she is the best in the business right now in terms of just pure in ring stamina, in ring work, night by night.
Hmm.
I have Io Sky as up there with the best, men or not, men or women. So I think she
Wow.
gets that number one spot. Um,
Okay.
and we're gonna get to our winners and stuff, but I think it's important that she gets that number one spot because, particularly because I don't think she wins this evening.
Okay. Okay. I half agree with you. I half agree with you. I think EO will be in there. And I think Asuka's a great pick. And hearing you say that, it makes me kind of think that I might need to lean towards where you're going because that kind of could be where they end up going.
Mm,
But what I'm feeling, what I think will get the biggest reaction, what I think will be the best start to the match is Io and Rhea. And let's get it going.
Oh, Io and Rhea to start.
Let's have them
Wow.
start out 1 and 2.
Okay. Okay.
You can have them, honestly, you can have them throw out the next 3 people that come into the ring together
Oh
and just
yeah.
continue that match.
Yeah.
Just give
Fodder.
them that kind of vibe. I could see that happening. I could also see what you said. I could see Oscar coming out next. I could see someone else coming out next and giving them a little bit of a challenge.
Mm,
One way or the other, I think Rhea and EO is a way to start this match out and to be a story to tell early on here.
yeah.
And then and I battled myself because there were 2 other people that I wanted to put in this role, but I decided to push their story maybe a little bit. You know what? I'll give them 2. I'll give them 2 here because
Yeah.
I also think, and if they went this way, it would make sense too. Charlotte and Alexa,
One on one.
because I think Charlotte and Alexa to start the match would also be very
I dig
good.
it. I dig it.
Good match, good way to start. You could fill the ring up a little bit, get Lash Legend in there, which I think
Yeah.
is going to be somebody who has a big showing in this match.
She's going to have a couple of eliminations, no doubt.
Oh yeah, so I think that's a certainly a way to go, and the way they've been teasing a potential break there with Charlotte, with Alexa, I think having them start this match, and then I don't think either of them make it to the final 4, but certainly having
Yeah, I don't have
some
either.
type of, but certainly having some type of
Maybe they
friction
eliminate each
there.
other, you know?
or one eliminates the other. I don't know how that ends up going,
So
or one
I had that
accidentally
happening as
eliminates.
an angle anyway, but I didn't have them starting the match. But starting the match could work.
Yeah, because I think that's a story that you could tell for the first 30 minutes of the match, and then bang, now you can get into other
Yeah,
stories for the
yeah,
second 30.
yeah.
Because again, I don't think either of them win, but I
No,
think that's probably the way we're going for WrestleMania. And this was another question I have, and we can go. This could flow us right into it.
let's do it.
Stories that you want to see play out in this match. I want to see us continue this tease of Charlotte and Alexa having a feud,
Yeah,
breaking up, because we need to have this match at WrestleMania. I
yeah,
think it's going to be a great match.
yes.
And you can really, this can be a real grudge match the same way you had Naomi and Jade last year, which is just
I have a
another,
question for you
I
though.
mean,
Who plays the face and who plays the heel? In your view, what would you like to see?
Charlotte's the face and Alexa's the heel.
I
Uh,
agree. Thank you. All right, that's what it should
yeah,
be.
I
Yes, we
don't
haven't
think,
seen Alexa flex her heel skills in a while. And not for
I'm
nothing, Charlotte in
afraid.
this face role has kind of worked. She's still a little smug, but she's like
I
upbeat
think
smug,
if you
so it
do it
works.
right,
You know I love Charlotte, but yeah.
I think if you do it right, you can make Charlotte the right type of sympathetic.
Hmm.
So you just have to do it the right way, and I think they're going to be able to. But again, you have to pull it off.
Yeah.
Uh, but for right now, I think Charlotte and Alexa is the number one thing I want to see play out in this match, story wise.
Yep.
I'd also like to see some type of Judgment Day moment where the Judgment Day is able to go on a run.
I have a
Uh,
lot to talk about the Judgment Day for when we get to our final piece.
ooh,
Yes.
very interesting. Saving that, not talking about it in story time here. But
Only
talk to me.
because I think it ties directly to the finish.
Ooh, okay.
Yeah.
And now I have another story I want to see play out, but it kind of has something to do with a surprise entrant. So I'm
Talk
going
to
to
me.
just save that one for a little bit later too. But go
Okay.
ahead,
Okay.
Steve.
Yeah.
Give us a little story here if you got anything in the bank.
Listen. All right. So in the women's match specifically, there's a few stories outside of what I was just hinting at with the finish that I think I'd like to see play out. I think yes, you're totally correct. Alexa and Charlotte need to have some kind of moment. We need to start building towards that breakup. Both of those women have done a phenomenal job at lifting that tag team division. And now the tag team division is a place where it's actually pretty decent. So you can split up these two stars, put them back in singles divisions where they both really do belong, especially Charlotte, who may or may not be in the twilight of her career, and Alexa, who has, in my opinion, so much more to offer the business as well. Um, Outside of that, I want to see this Stephanie Vaquer nonsense kind of come to a it has to exist somehow. We now know that Raw is going to be the match between Vaquer and Rodriguez, and I think again the finish of this ties into the finish of that. Uh, so we're going to get to that a little bit later. I want to see some NXT storylines. I want to see a
Okay.
Kiana come up. Uh, Yeah, for sure. There's a lot that I love the women's rumble the best because they have more space to surprise us in my view. Um, Always in my view. They just have
Very interesting because
yeah.
again, I disagree. I don't think the surprise factor is there with the women's rumble. I think there's
No,
definitely way more of a surprise factor with the men's. I think you're talking about a
can we talk
anybody
about
could be at the
surprise entrance
men's.
for women then? Can we lean into that?
Do we want to jump ahead and get into some surprise entrants here? Because we might as well, because a
Is that a
lot of
little
our
far? Is that a
surprises are
little
going to.
far down?
No, because you know what? A lot of our surprises have a lot to do with the stories that we're talking about right now. So let's get
Yeah.
into some surprise entrants, bro. Talk to me.
All right. Number one surprise entrant, which it may not even feel like a surprise. Bianca Belair returns at this Rumble. I think
Of
we all
course,
know it
have
at
to
this
agree
point.
with that.
That
Have to
is
agree
going
with
to
that.
be incredible. The pop is
Late,
going to be nuts. She is in my final four as well.
and she'll be coming
So
in late, I would assume. I
yes,
got her
100%.
coming in 27 to 30, somewhere in that range.
Yes, agreed. Same here. And I cannot wait for that. That is going to be nuts. I think we get some angle between our Intercontinental champ Becky Lynch and somebody else I think is going to return, Trish Stratus.
Oh,
She Oh yeah, she's
oh,
been signaling that she is ready to return. She wants to do more. And the last time she was on the main roster week after week, she did great work. Like let's not forget
yeah,
about what she did just on her way out.
no,
Yeah, I think there'll be a
no,
little bit of a hint towards that angle. I don't think we build anything between those two. I think Becky ultimately is going to be in another angle for that championship for Mania. Um,
okay. So
but I think we
you
see
think
that.
though, Trish Stratus and Becky have a little bit of a moment here. You think they just have a
A
moment
moment,
together
yeah,
though? All right, all
just a
right. I could
moment,
see that happening.
yeah.
I could see that happening.
Just a moment.
I think we get another little Trish Stratus Tiffany Stratton moment here again because WWE loved that pairing.
That could be the Mania match
I
if they
don't
give Tiffany
know.
anything. I don't know.
They
I don't
already
know if they're
did.
giving Tiffany things right now.
Didn't they already do that match at Evolution? Yeah, that's.
Oh, they
I
did.
don't.
Yeah. Sorry. Yeah, they did.
I think that's over. I think Trish. I
Facts.
do agree. Trish is in this match. I think it's a one-off. I think mainly Trish is in this match because she's like one of the only people that maybe the Saudi government might be requesting that
Mm,
is legitimately possible for them to
yeah.
get. So I think Trish is definitely going to be there. I think that's almost a lock.
Yeah.
And
I
that's
also
why I
think.
also think the surprises in the women's are going to be a little more tame. Like you're going to get like Michelle McCool. You're going to get a
Oh,
lot of the ones that
do
we've
you
seen
not?
already.
Do you
Nikki
not think we're
Bella,
gonna get Saraya?
maybe Brie could be
No,
there.
I was gonna say Brie mode. We're definitely getting Brie, in my opinion. I don't
But
think Brie it doesn't make the payday for this. There's no way. Uh,
I
but you don't
want
think we get Paige? I think Paige is gonna be the biggest surprise.
ooh,
Yeah.
that's an interesting one. But
Also, we get AJ
no,
Lee, and AJ Lee and Becky is the Mania match. That's why I think
and
AJ Lee eliminates or helps eliminate Becky.
I was
So
gonna
it's even
say
better.
exactly what you just said right there. I
Yeah,
think Becky Lynch comes in at say 26, and
maybe a little
she,
earlier. Maybe a little earlier.
I think it's gonna be quick for her. I think as soon
Yeah,
as Becky comes in, she's gonna do whatever she's doing in there. She's gonna get in Maxine's face and all these girls' faces, and then all of a sudden, next person in, AJ Lee freezes her in her place. Becky gets eliminated, staring at AJ, screaming, shouting, all that stuff. AJ stays in the match. I think AJ has a
Final
little run
four.
in this match too.
Final
It's
four.
possible. It's
I
possible.
I have
We
Becky
got
in
it.
my Final Four,
We got to get there.
and not AJ.
We got to get there. But it's possible. It's possible. But I definitely think there's going to be an angle between AJ and Becky in this match.
Yeah,
Um,
that's
bro,
the main. That's the Mania
that's the
match. It is.
Mania
It is.
match
Yeah,
for sure,
yeah,
without a doubt. But yeah, talk to me real quick more about some surprises here because I got to plug into my charger real quick.
yeah. Do you think? Yeah, Brie mode was on my list. I think we 100% get Brie. We get a twin magic moment. You got to have them on the screen at the same time. Um, if we're gonna get Trish, and I don't think this is actually viable, but we may get Lita. You might be able to throw Lita out there. Paige, though, I think Paige is the one that people are really gonna pop for. That's the one I feel like is absolutely the big fish to kind of get in terms of surprise factor, and how it may or may not pop the Saudi crowd. I don't know, but it'll pop the IWC. People will be talking about it and liking and all that for weeks, So I do think that happens at some point. I just don't know off the top of my head what she does afterwards immediately. Like it could be a one off, but with somebody of that talent who still may be in shape, you may not want it to be a one off. But yeah. But Paige is the big one.
Sorry about that. That's my only concern with Paige. I do have to say is that I think if you bring her back, you need to incorporate her into stories.
You give her Rhea.
Yeah,
You give her Rhea.
I don't think Rhea's moving out of that tag division.
But she could.
She will. Don't get me wrong. Once
Yeah,
we
she
get
could.
past Mania, I think she will, without a doubt. But I think for right now, I think Rhea is firmly in that tag division. I think that's where they got her and EO at least until WrestleMania. Now I might
That's
be
fair.
wrong, but that just kind of and maybe I'm tipping my
So
hand a
what's
little bit
their
about where
Mania
I'm going
match? Who do
tonight.
they who do they go with? Who do they defend those tag team Wait, who has the tag team titles right now? That's indicative of
They
already a
do.
problem. I thought they did. Yeah. So
Yeah.
who are
The
they going to
women's
go
tag
after
division
next
is
in
hot,
Mania?
bro. I don't know. You got a whole. I think it's a multi.
A
Like we're talking like a
multi-ladder
fatal four.
match. Yeah, like okay,
Yep.
got it. That's gonna be the big pop spot match, which I love. I love when the women do it.
Oh yeah.
I've been telling people for years now the women's Money in the Bank has been better than the men's year after year at this point
Oh,
to me.
without a doubt.
Like
I agree
like oh my
100%.
goodness, they're insane.
Well,
Like
because the men now I don't want to say have to, but they're trying so much to get a pop that a lot of the spots don't necessarily hit the way they want
they
to.
just look dangerous and
Meanwhile, I
like
think the women
not
just keep it
exciting,
simple. The women just
you
keep
know?
it simple. They do what they do best, and they're not going out there trying to reinvent the ladder match every time that they're going into a Money in the Bank. They're just trying to have a banger
Right,
Money in the Bank ladder match,
right,
which I will give them 100% credit for. And the bookers of those matches for not overdoing it a lot of the
right,
time. But
for sure.
same thing goes for the Rumble. I feel like a lot of the women's Rumbles have been a lot better this year. I think not so much, but I do think we're going to get some great stories out of it. Like you said, I think AJ and Becky is 100% going to be spurred into the WrestleMania season out
Yep,
of this.
yep.
Maybe we get a match at Elimination Chamber first between them. I think that could be
No.
possible.
Maybe
It is in
they're both
Chicago.
in the women's chamber. Maybe.
Oh, it's in Chicago. I think AJ will be involved. We'll
Okay.
see though.
So
We'll
yeah, maybe
we'll
they're
see.
both in the chamber.
That
But
could
one on
be.
one, they're gonna save that for Mania. That's a Mania match.
I do think we're gonna get a lot with the Judgment Day here. I want
This is the
something to
last 6 months of the Judgment Day. I hope we know that. And I think that starts in both Manias, brother. Both
hey,
Manias. Part of
okay,
my final four storyline here.
okay. I already said Lash Legend. I think she has a big time star making moment throughout this match.
I
I'm
agree.
not sure if she's going to get the most eliminations, but she's going to be
She
the
got like
most
5.
impressive.
Yeah.
She's
And
going to be the
5 might
most
be the
impressive
high.
woman in there.
Yeah, for sure.
And
If
oof,
they're doing anything right, they're gonna take care of her and make sure she has some moments in there. And Lash is up for the task.
oof, oof.
She's incredible.
She is going to be an absolute megastar when she gets to her pinnacle in a couple of years. She's going to be one of the top women within the WWE, and we're all going to look
Agreed.
back when she's main
We saw
eventing
it though.
WrestleMania
We
versus
all
Rhea.
saw it. We all
Oh
saw
yeah,
it. We all saw it from early. Like Lash is special.
her and Rhea in a couple of years in a Mania main event. Yeah,
Yeah.
that'll slide. That'll be good. But I don't think she's going to get the most eliminations this year. I think most
No,
elimin I think most eliminations, and that's the next topic I want to get to.
I
I
got
think the
my
most
pick.
eliminations is going to go to Jordan Grace.
Jordan Grace. Ah, yes, because they're building for her and Bianca to have some kind of program. I do not think Jordan Grace is winning the
Jade.
Rumble. Oh no, sorry, I said Bianca. Sorry, Jordan Grace and Jade, the champion.
Hmm.
And Jade, obviously, they just sprinkled that
Coming out of the
storyline on.
Rumble, at least, yeah.
Right. Yeah. So coming out of the Rumble, Jordan is gonna have to look good without winning because I don't think she's winning.
No way.
No. So
No
she's gonna have the
offense.
most elimination. She's gonna wreck shop when she gets in.
Oh
Wreck
yeah,
shop.
I think she comes in somewhere around like 15,
Yeah.
and you're gonna see her dump out Lash. You're gonna see her dump out Naya. You're gonna see her dump out you're gonna see her just toss people. I
Full
think she
gorilla
gets
presses. Yeah.
7, 8 probably eliminations in
Yeah.
this one.
I
Looks
think.
like an
Listen, if I'm
absolute
Triple
beast.
H, flirt with 10. Flirt with the double digits. Fuck it. At this point, we bursted the bubble open. When you want to make something look impressive, you just got to put it up there.
Hey,
Like
I'm with you on that, honestly, at
flirt with
this
10.
point.
You know, and I'm okay
And
with Jordan Grace being that. I have her in my final four.
ooh, I was gonna say
Mhm.
something here that just popped into my head because we're talking about her and Jade and the potential for where that feud goes next after the Rumble. And honestly, I could see Jade being involved in however Jordan Grace gets eliminated from this Rumble. That could be a little story
Yeah,
that we
that
can see happen
justifies
out
them
there.
having a match between Mania with the winner and her. And remember,
Exactly.
they're on the same brand, so
Boom.
they
There you
would
go.
need to do
That's
that.
an
And
elimination chamber match right
and
there.
my winner is not on the same brand as that champion, so it would make all the sense
Ooh.
in the world.
Very interesting. All right, but let's keep that. Let's keep that a little close to the chest,
Keep that
so
in the tuck.
because a couple of more things I want to hit before we do get to that winner. The next up is most time in the Royal Rumble match for the women this year.
Io Sky. I said it earlier. Io Sky.
Okay, you already dropped it with the EO Sky.
Yeah.
See, I'm going with, if it was going to be, I think I changed my mind on the first two. I'm going to go with Charlotte and Alexa. So that means that I think it's going to be somebody who's not going to really be in it that long. I think it's going to be like 35 minutes. And I'm going to go with it being Alexa Bliss.
Okay. I like that.
Yep.
She could probably
Otherwise, I
use
was
the
going to
use
go.
the story bump too. Like she was the Iron Woman of the last Rumble.
Yeah, she could. You know what? Honestly, I think it's just. I think this year it's going to be an inconspicuous thing, and that happens some years. Last year
Yeah.
you had a chance to build Roxanne, so they took it. You had the year before, 2 years before, they did it with Gunther. Every year it's not always
Yeah.
an hour. Sometimes it's like 30 minutes,
Yeah,
40
it doesn't
minutes.
have to
So
be.
yeah, I think that's what we're going to get this year for the women, and I'm going with Alexa because I think she's going to enter
Yeah.
first alongside Charlotte, but she's not going to make it to the end. Not for me because
Yeah.
it's Final Four time, and I'll
I don't
start.
have EO in my Final Four either.
Ooh, okay, but I'll
My
I'll
Iron
start.
Man, my Iron Man isn't in my Final Four, I should say, to be in agreement with you.
Mine isn't with you. It's a good thing. It's a good thing. It keeps everything fresh. But I'm gonna start out here. I'll give you one name: Bianca Belair.
Bianca Belair's on my list.
Ooh, okay. So we're in agreement so
100%.
far. Second
Yes,
name:
100%.
Tiffany Stratton.
Don't have her here.
Ooh, okay, good.
Don't
I
have her
kind of
here.
put her in there because I think they're going to give her a big return spot. I think they're going to try to. I don't know if she's going to get a championship match at Mania, maybe a U.S. title match, but definitely not a world
The
championship
W
match. So I think
is
this
not
is,
doing that for her.
yeah, this is kind of her career achievement for the year, is getting that Final Four early on. You know what I mean? Maybe she gets something else later on, but
Whew, in
this is her
January,
big
that's
moment.
sad.
And she'll figure something out later on in the year, but early on, I'm talking. She's not in the plans for
Yeah.
anything huge at Mania. So this is just kind of like hey, she's still a star, huge return,
Yeah.
Final Four. So I think Tiffany Stratton makes it in there. Number 3, Liv Morgan.
She's on my list.
Oh, okay. Okay. And finally at 4, I have Rhea Ripley. And
At
now
4, I
withhold my
have two
holder.
names. I'm
Ooh, okay,
cheating. I
okay.
have two names at
With
4 because I'm not
hold
sure
your
if it's
winner
going
off.
to be Rhea. No, at 4, just who I think will be that fourth person. I have 4/5, unfortunately. One of them is Rhea. The other
Well,
one is Becky.
give us the full 4 first. Give us the full 4 first.
So my full 4 was this: Bianca Belair, Liv Morgan, Jordan Grace in the Final 4.
Ooh.
That's my hot Final 4, hot take Final 4. And I could not decide between Becky and Rhea for the 4th.
Okay.
I'm okay with either. I think Becky squeezes in. I think Rhea has a storyline program earlier than the Final 4 that gets her moving forward.
So
And
what's
Becky will keep there.
I don't think you mentioned whatever the Rhea program was going forward though. Let me hear that really quickly before we get into the winners.
I said one of my surprises that I think is a lock is Saraya/Paige.
Oh,
That is the Mania
right.
match. Paige.
Oh, so you actually
Rhea
think
Ripley.
that's going to be the match? I thought you were just suggesting that as a possible way to go.
I think
So you think that's the way they're going to go?
yes, because I don't think they're gonna thrust Rhea back into a title picture just for Mania because they don't have
Okay.
to, right?
No,
They can put a
they don't.
compelling story on either of those belts without Rhea in it and still use Rhea's star power with another returning superstar, super duper star.
Exactly. And I think we mentioned it at the beginning of this episode. And I do like it if they're going to go Paige. It would be a nice story with Rhea. They have maybe something there.
Like something happened. I think she eliminates Rhea. They have an eye contact. And
That could be
along the match,
interesting.
Paige goes over whenever, whatever.
I
Fine.
think pairing them together at first would probably work too. Maybe having that be like a trios team and having them go against the Judgment Day, that could work. But
We don't need to see Team Bad again. We're fine. Like we're good. Like make it a
but
match. Do what the people want to do quickly. Just do it.
now I mentioned it early on, though. We're in simpatico a lot, and we're in simpatico again on this. I can already read where your mind is. My winner is Bianca Belair. Your winner is
Liv Morgan, brother.
wow. You said returning.
It's Liv
Ooh,
Morgan. Yes. Liv
okay.
Morgan wins this match.
Wow.
She is
All
ready.
right.
She's back. She got her feet wet in the tag team division. That didn't work out, storyline. She's ready now. They're gonna thrust her right back to the top, and that's where she belongs at the end of the day. Do
I
I
don't
think
disagree with
Stephanie
that.
Becker brings in that world championship? No, I think Raquel Rodriguez does. And as part of my Judgment Day fallout. So
Wow.
yes. Yeah. Liv
That's
Morgan wins the Royal Rumble, the Women's Royal Rumble.
that's very interesting. I got Liv going on, maybe winning the Elimination Chamber. I don't have her here. I got Bianca, and I think it's the right way to go. I think getting Bianca this win,
Oh yeah, I wouldn't be
allowing her to
mad.
have allowing her a
Let's be
couple of
clear, I would
months.
not be mad.
Oh, of course, of course. And I think Liv would be a great choice here too. I think she's going to be in that title match at Mania regardless. But I just think having Bianca win here, you get to let her ease back into competition over the next couple of months instead of forcing her to go
Instead
into an
of going
elimination
to
chamber
earn
match.
it. Yeah. So
She
this is
can pick
Bianca we
Jade.
talking about, right?
She's
She's
going to
gonna
pick
want to do
Jade.
that.
Yeah, but you hold her back from doing that. You don't let her get hurt again before WrestleMania.
For
You
sure.
have her go into this match versus Jade Cargill at Mania,
That's
and
the
that
match.
can be
Yes.
your world championship match. That can be
That is your world
that's a
championship match.
that's a
Regardless.
tentpole match for WrestleMania right there.
Yeah,
So
no, that
that's
they're already building towards it. They're protecting Jade from
yeah.
doing too much before this build. I'm sorry. Even with what Jade is
All good.
doing currently, now just getting into the Jordan Grace and kind of the limbo they had her while she was doing stuff with Chelsea Green, which I thought was just weird. Because they could have
I'm
both
with
been
you.
doing great things in their own spaces. But whatever. Now they're just keeping her away from having to do big promos, having to have too many big matches ahead of having to deal with who basically to me is the women version of John Cena, Bianca Belair. She's gonna have to contend
Amen.
with her over the next couple of months. So they were
Amen.
holding her until this moment.
I'm with you on that. And I think that the build continues for Jade beyond WrestleMania, but that's for a whole nother podcast. That's not for right
sure.
now. Right now, we got winners for the Women's Royal Rumble match. Pinot has got Liv Morgan. I have Bianca Belair. I'm going to come out on top on this